Welcome to another episode of Women in Focus. Our woman in focus today is multifaceted young woman. She is with a company called Be Clean, and the name itself made a lot of impact on me. And I thought to myself, I want to ask her to be a woman in focus today. And this was many moons ago, and we've been trying to catch up and get her to come to the studio. Her name is another beautiful name, which I really like. It's called Prerna, which means inspiration. Prerna Thapar is our woman in focus today. Let's meet her. Prerna, how are you doing?
I am good. Thank you so much, Rashmaji. Thank you for having me here, and finally I could make it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We tried, what, 2-3 times?
We tried a couple of
Yeah.
times. It was a bit of busy, and I know you
Right.
have been busy as well, but what a privilege to be here.
Thank you.
Especially when you have this platform for women where we
Yeah.
can chat that we
Yes,
love to do.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Be Clean. Now, tell me something about this company.
Be Clean Building Maintenance, it is Canadian owned and operated, and it's been into business from 1967.
Wow.
Yeah, we have 21 core locations. We're all across Canada.
Okay.
And we have 2 headquarter offices, one in Alberta, Edmonton, and one in Winnipeg.
Okay.
What is interesting about our organization is we have recently also stepped into international markets,
Oh.
like China and Portugal we have one, and United States.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So, expanding.
It's expanding. It's been growing ever since even I have stepped into Be Clean. We're growing, and very, very rich value system, value holding organization. Yeah.
How long have you been with them?
I would say a little over 5 years now. Yeah.
And how did you get into this business?
That was very exciting story,
Yeah?
actually. Being into operations and management was never my niche.
No.
Because I come from a healthcare background.
Okay.
From back home. And during COVID happened, I believe an opportunity just came across me, and it was fantastic. Neither did I see how long would I sustain in the organization, because I'd never heard of them.
Yes.
And I never knew what management or operations kind of a role would mean for me. However, the fantastic job opportunity just opened the door, and it just kept seeping into my life, right?
Isn't that just beautiful?
Yeah.
Now, you said your background is in health services back home. So that means you were not born here in Canada.
I wasn't born here. Yeah. I'm from Amchi, Mumbai.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And I graduated as an occupational therapist back home. I practiced there in India for about 3 to 4 years, I would say. And my specialty was into pediatrics. So I
Okay.
used to do therapies for disabled kids, autistic, ADHD with
Yeah.
behavioral issues.
Yeah.
But I couldn't pursue my career when I moved to Canada.
Why?
I think it was a challenge of the academic transition that we all
Okay.
face when I came here. And our needs, as our living needs, are very different. You know, when we come to Canada, you want to become financially stable. The transition part was a little bit tedious, and I think it couldn't match with my existing priorities back then. So I stepped into sales at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting that, people who have come from another country and they have a chosen career and they've been doing it, and they move for whatever reason, you can never get into the same sort of a profession that you have been. And people who do get into their chosen profession, they have to work really hard. I mean, you probably had to go through more courses. You had to learn the system here and all that.
Yeah, I think we already hustle a lot back home in
That's
India.
right, yes.
To get into any healthcare courses, there's so many entrance exams. I still remember my university was about 1 hour in the local train from where I lived.
1 hour.
1 hour in the
Right.
train. So if I take a road drive to my university, it would be like 2.5 hours one way.
Holy macro.
Which is just not feasible for your
No.
time or financially. So I went to the university in local train for 5 years. I started working as a therapist in very rural, very non-profit organizations. where we weren't paid very high. It was more about seeking experience. It was more about doing a service out for what your heart wanted to, right? So after doing all of that hustle and bustle and doing the immigration, which itself is a hustle, I feel, I wouldn't say it would be the same like it was for
Right.
the era that you were into in 60s or 70s.
Right.
But it was quite a bigger transition when I
For you.
moved to Canada
Yeah.
as well. And with all lot of pile of that, when you reach out for a transition into your academic field,
Yeah.
they want you to go to the school for another 5 or 7 years, and
Oh my
that
God.
seemed to be a bit of tedious.
Yes.
I think we study extra. We study extra back home in
Right.
India, and we've done some extra subjects and stuff, which are kind of not relevant for the licensing board
over
in
here.
North America. Yeah.
Right. And I think many people in the healthcare system do feel that. But have you noticed that in the last little while, maybe a couple of years now, the Canadian government, and especially in British Columbia, they are relaxing those regulations and are expecting people from the healthcare system, because we've got shortage of nurses, we've got shortage of therapists, we've got shortage of doctors,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they are trying to, get them in there. Would you like to go back into that?
I don't think so. I
No.
think I've hold my foot really strong into business now, and it's exactly like until you taste something, you don't know that
Yes.
you
have the
you're
other
enjoying
side.
it. You
That's
have
right.
other side, or you have other skills. And a couple of my business portfolios are also still linked to health facilities.
Yes.
So it still gives me a feeling. I think your job needs to be your service. It's more like a service. What is the
Yes.
purpose? Why are you doing this work?
Yes.
And as far as it gives me a contentment and happiness at the end of the day, whether it's keeping the facilities clean or having a great relationship with your client,
That's right.
it just makes me wholesome now. So
That-
I don't seem to be going back to being a therapist anymore. To be honest, there's been quite a big gap for me now.
I bet it is. You mentioned about India and your work there. I'm going to take a short break and come back, because it seems like that part of your life has also got so many beautiful stories that I would like you to share, please.
Sure. Yeah.
Prerna Thapar is our Woman in Focus today. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Women in Focus. Prerna Thapar is our Woman in Focus today. So Prerna, lovely story of Be Clean, but you were born in India, and you said you were born in Mumbai. Now, when you were born, was it called Mumbai or was it called Bombay?
It was called Bombay. Yes, and I think I still love the word Bombay.
Yeah.
It sounds very Bollywood to a lot of people in North America, but
Right.
I guess the city, the richness of the city, you can relate to it only through Bombay, I feel. Yeah.
And when you say richness of the city, explain. In what way is it? Is it culturally rich? Is it traditionally rich? Is it food-wise rich? Is it people-wise rich?
All of it.
All
All
of
of
it.
it in one, I would say. Mumbai is one of the cities, it's cosmopolitan.
Yes.
So I was grown up amongst different cultures, different communities, and it's very low-key. It's very down to earth. There's no competition, or you can't say there's a lot of crime for women. It is so safe and sound. Everybody's busy in their own life, no interferences, nothing, right? So versus, I've seen the other part of northern India as well, and though it's beautiful and culturally rich as well, I feel that there is a majority of people that come from middle class in Bombay. It's kind of considered as a financial capital for
Yes.
India, and really a good platform for families or kids that are coming from hard hustling families to actually develop their professional fields or their careers. I guess Bombay is a perfect platform for that.
For them, yeah. I think in India there are 2-3 cities that sort of gives people, especially the younger generation, a boost. Mumbai being one of them, Bengaluru being another one, Chennai and places like that. Those ones that we hear over here, right? Now, in your household, how many are you there? How many siblings do you have?
I just have an older sibling, yeah, and mom and dad and me. Yeah.
Mom and dad, your older sibling and you.
Yeah.
Now, older sibling is a brother or a sister?
Brother.
It's a brother, okay. So, well protected.
Well protected, very much. Well pampered, well protected. Yes.
Yeah, of course. And the only daughter.
Yes, only daughter.
Now, when you were growing up, how was life in your household? Was it, you talked about middle class families, or were you middle class, upper middle class, lower middle class?
I would say we were somewhere between middle class, upper middle class
Yeah.
family. And my mom was a housewife.
I see.
So her full-time job was to just raise us up, take care of us,
Yeah.
give us as much as love she could. And she's given a lot. All the moms do. But I think she has sacrificed a lot for herself. Even my father, I would say, he's worked really, really hard to make sure my brother and I got the perfect education so that we stay independent forever throughout our lives. And I think my parents never saw a difference in raising up my brother or me.
Oh.
They gave the same platform, same opportunities, or even better to me, because they wanted to ensure that she is going to be sound and secure when
Right.
she grows up by herself. She never has to be dependent,
Right.
on anyone. So has been the case and relationship with my older brother as well. He's always taught me and nurtured me to be very strong, be self-sufficient,
Right.
so that you never have to seek something from anybody.
Right, right.
And I think that's the best thing. Parents or families can do this.
Yeah.
I don't think I believe spending much time with my father, because he used to work into a service, have a own kind of business where
Yeah.
he was up at 4 a.m. in the morning, gone from the house.
Wow.
And he used to be back at 8 or 9 and back to bed after his dinner.
Yes.
So by the time we used to realize or do any enjoyments or any parties, my dad was always just working or sleeping or not in the house. So I guess, yeah, I think kudos to all that sacrifice that parents have done. And
Yes.
we've come so far nowadays,
That's
in
true.
this generation. Like, I think things are very different now. The way expectations that are coming from the society, the community, and the life. Living has gone up but it was even back home at that time. Living was
True.
too expensive even back then.
Yeah, I bet. And sort of, what sort of business does your father do?
He was actually a contractor for perishable food items
Okay.
into Army and Navy.
Wow.
So early in the morning, he had to go to all those markets where
Right.
the supplies, perishable supplies used to come out, whether
Yes.
it's fish, vegetables,
Right.
fruits, whatsoever, right?
Yeah.
Because it's that hour, that peak hour when the market is full and rush,
Yes.
and you have to pick up the premium lot,
Right.
stock out of it,
Yeah.
to have it selected for the contractors that go to the shipments, Army and
Wow.
Navy.
Wow.
So I think he was very, very disciplined, very, very hardworking, and I think we have imbibed that hustle from our father. We've
Right.
seen that growing up, and I feel very privileged. I feel privileged to be born working hard, to be born strong, to be independent, because I think sometimes when you don't get this in your early age,
Yes.
you have a tendency to either seek it externally
Right.
or just not work
Look
hard.
up to
and,
somebody else to support you in that, and so you haven't, and which is fantastic. And when you decided that you wanted to get into the field of healthcare, was there an expectation from parents, or you just, went towards it or gravitated towards it?
I think education was a really good foundation. My parents always wanted me and my brother to get a good education system.
Right.
However, I don't think they forced us ever to pick up a field or a faculty. I believe medical healthcare was always my interest. Biology was always my interest growing up, and I think it was mainly because I, as a person, I'm very kind, I'm very caring. So I
Yes.
wanted to get into a profession where I could get a platform to care
Yeah.
for somewhere. It's not about just banking or financial numbers for me. I would find that really boredom. But this is how I seek my interest, and I couldn't crack through the exams for MBBS or
Right.
BDS, to be
No.
honest. They were really hardcore exams, and that's when I encountered learning about allied healthcare sciences,
Right.
which is physiotherapy, occupational therapy.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and I hadn't even had any idea what is occupational therapy when I was actually giving an entrance exam for it, It's like, what is occupational? Like, are you just like preparing for an occupation or what kind of it? However, there was a deep purpose getting graduated as an occupational therapist. My dad got diagnosed with one of the conditions where your balance gets affected.
Oh.
And he's fit, knock the wood, and with God's grace, he's all
Right.
healthy. But I feel I did a lot of therapeutic modalities with him back home when I
Okay.
completed my graduation.
Wow.
And I found the purpose that maybe that it had to start from my own
Family
household and
oh,
family
wow.
to.
Isn't that interesting? That beautifully segues into something that you're very interested in, which is spirituality. So I want to take a short break and come back and talk about that. Is that
Sounds
okay?
good, yes.
Yeah. Prerna is our woman in focus today. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Women in Focus. Prerna Thapar is our woman in focus today. Prerna, the name Prerna, I just mentioned, inspiration, right?
Yes.
What a beautiful Sanskrit word. And Thapar, you seem like a Punjabi.
Yes.
So, but living in Bombay.
Yes.
So, do you speak Punjabi at all?
I speak Punjabi. Thank you for your note for complimenting my name. I speak Punjabi. I wouldn't be able to speak very fluent Punjabi.
Okay.
But I do speak Punjabi. I understand Punjabi. I think it's a part essential for my business as well.
Right.
Here in Vancouver. And I do speak Hindi.
Yes.
Marathi.
Marathi
and-
too?
Yes.
Wow.
Not very fluent because
Okay.
there's been a disconnection ever since I've been into Vancouver over a decade now. And I do speak subtle, I would say, not very fluent, but Gujarati as well because
Oh,
I grew
good.
up with Gujarati friends.
Gujarati friends. Oh,
My mother was from North India and my father was from Maharashtra, and it was an arranged marriage. And I was born in a very small town called Ahmednagar. It's actually very close to Shirdi, if you may have heard of Shirdi
Yes, I
Sai
have.
Baba
Yes.
in Maharashtra.
yes.
And it's a couple of drives from the actual city of Mumbai. And we have celebrated, we've grown up celebrating Ganesh Chaturthi,
Yeah.
Janmashtami, whether it is Navratri, the Gujarati Garba nights and everything. And I think we have thrilled and we've been a part of every community over there because people don't see a rivalry. It is all
No.
wholesomeness. We are all Maharashtrians. We
Right.
actually consider that spirit very, very unanimous, very unified with each other.
Beautiful.
And it's interesting to know that the value that every culture, every community holds is very similar.
It
It
is.
is just the different language,
That's
the
it.
way they reach out.
That's right. That's right. Now, you mentioned a little bit about spirituality, and your Instagram post or your Facebook post just talks about spirituality. So I was thinking, do you follow spirituality? Do you understand? How did you get into that?
Just growing up, I would say, all my ancestors, all my grandparents were very, very spiritual. And I think most of us had back in the days, they used to hold their culture. The tradition of the family was through prayers, right? And both my parents as well, especially my mother, she was very highly spiritual and she has sown the seeds of this
Yeah.
spirituality in both me and my brother growing up.
So was it that every morning you had to do your prayers before going out of the house?
I wouldn't say growing up when I was little, I was very disciplined or regular in doing it.
No.
However, I could feel that aura, that energy into my
Yeah.
household, into my life. And this is something that came very natural to me. It was like, it's a part of me. Like being spiritual is not just, it's not about detachment.
No.
It actually keeps you rooted to your reality.
So in your simple words, what is spirituality?
I think spirituality is the way you navigate through life.
Ah.
So if you, we are a soul. We
Yes.
have taken a physical body.
Yes.
And physical body is not who defines us.
Yes.
It is the soul that is, and maybe we have traveled for years, generations or lifetimes, but the soul has been eternal always throughout.
Right.
So we have had few habits, few virtues. Few virtues we forget because we come into this age, we call it the latter age of law now, right? And there's so much layers of dust over our soul that we forget to remember who we truly are.
Ah.
So there have been years in my life where I've been very spiritual and I remembered who I was, what was my purpose for doing things. However, there have been years when you've just been away from that spiritual core whether it is meditation, whether it is going to a temple or praying every day in the
Yes.
morning, or lighting even a small diva in your house, it is all about the energy, invoking the
Yes.
energy within, right? So I think spirituality just helps you take those layers of dust out. It helps me remember I'm a princess. I already have a necklace. I don't need to look outside, right?
Isn't
So
that beautiful? Okay, a brand new way of thinking about spirituality. Um, then spirituality does play a great role in your own life and every day.
it does, 100%. I think I wake up and I've been going and seeking more towards waking up around that early hour, the Amrit Vela that we talk about. And I feel that first moment of your day needs to be connecting with that divinity, with God, is to grateful that I'm up. I still have this body where I can experience my life and maybe set my rhythm for the day, who I encounter, what I do today, and it just keeps you consciously aware. It just helps you so easy to keep you consciously aware of how you talk, what you think, because a lot of it comes from within.
Yeah.
A lot are just our own thoughts, as I said, because we have experienced
That's
certain
true.
things in our life, right?
That is true. Wow, beautiful. Prerna, I could talk to you for hours about all this. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Growing a lot, realizing a lot of my more virtues, and hopefully I can be helpful to help people connect, self-reflect, and grow with grace within. And that's all. I don't think I have a target for any particular career domain or such.
Right, right.
I feel it just comes so naturally to me now because taking responsibility or just being a leader just comes out so easy when you want to grow spiritually. So
Yeah.
I am hoping to gain some knowledge into Shastras and Vedas, which I've already started learning
Yes.
Sanskrit now recently.
Yes.
So hopefully in the next 5 years, I'm able to gain this knowledge a little bit more.
Thank you for being a woman in focus today.
Thank you so much for having me here. I think it's a privilege and very humbled by your journey. You've been a true inspiration to a lot of women. And I think your platform in this show just does not talk about what women are, but also of who we become throughout our journey. And I think that's a great, great cause. So thank you for having me here.
Thank you. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Prerna Thapar has been our Woman in Focus today.